What exactly is a redhead? Well, a redhead is a fan that supports you when you're 20-8 to start the season or the day after. You drop a 15-1 game to the Oakland A's. Speaking of the A's, a former A, Dan Haren, is on the mound going head-to-head with a man that he calls a very good friend, an innings eater, Big Joe Blatton. The ball game, the Redheads are now. Chase Field Interleague Baseball is underway, and we can talk about Interleague Baseball all we want, but we have arrived again at baseball's greatest party section. The Arizona Diamondbacks going head-to-head with the Oakland A's. We have made our way to the Redhead section once again. Folks, I'm just going to step out of the way. These folks are getting it done. Come on now! Unbelievable. We are out here in left field every home Wednesday. The greatest celebration goes on. He's Mark Grace. I'm Daron Sutton. Introduce yourselves. Mark Grace, you have one thing to say to these folks and to those folks out there.
Hey, I'm tired of all this losing crap, okay? It's up to you guys. I'm putting you guys in charge of what goes on the field out there. They're losing their minds. That's the way it should be.
All right, so the folks are having fun. The other thing I want to ask you to evaluate, you're actually going to have to evaluate something out here. You ready? Tell us about the trade. 6 going to the A's, Dan Haren coming back. Your thoughts here in June.
I think both teams got what they wanted. The Diamondbacks got another starter to back up Brandon Webb, the 1A, if you will. And the Oakland A's got what they wanted, a bunch of young, talented players that can step in and play at the big leagues at any time.
You ready?
I'm ready. Are you ready?
Oh, my goodness. Are you kidding me? Well, folks, glad to have you with us tonight. The party, it's in left field again. The Redheads are ready to go. When we come back, we will hear from Joe Blatton. We will hear from Dan Haren, and all night long, we'll hear from the Red. FSN Arizona presents Diamondbacks Baseball, brought to you by Brown & Brown Chevrolet. We're still the one. By Gila River Casinos. Is this your lucky day? And by Southwest Airlines. With Southwest Airlines, you're now free to be more productive. Visit southwest.com today. Back at the ballpark, well, you talk about two guys that wore green and gold last year that were durable, that could be counted on. Well, now they pitch against one another last night. Haren, Blatton. 452 innings between the two. 28 victories. These were the guys that ate the innings. Tonight, they go toe-to-toe. They scout one another.
One of my best friends, one of the guys on that team I still watch and keep tabs of what he's doing. Kind of had some hard luck this year, but he's one of the most, I mean, he's a quality big league pitcher. He eats innings like nobody else. He'll go out, he'll pitch. If he's not 100%, he's an absolute bulldog, a gamer, and I respect him a lot because I know for a fact, you know, in the 3 years over there, he's pitched through a lot of pain, and he's done an outstanding job. And, you know, this year he's had some tough luck, but nothing taken away from him. He's a great pitcher.
He's a guy who's got great control. You know, he always keeps the ball down the zone with his good sinker, you know. Usually you're around 90, 95 miles an hour, and, you know, everybody knows his split. You know, he's got one of the best splits in the league, if not the best. You know, he just makes hitters look, you know, terrible on it. But, you know, the thing that also makes him really good, he has that as his put away, but he also has a curveball he can flip over at any time that really makes it a nice equalizer. He's just, and his competitive. He really competes and, you know, wants to be out there every start and wants to go as long as he can every start.
Fair or not, Dan Haren, tonight you bear the nickname of the tourniquet. You must stop the bleeding against a man who is your baseball brother no longer. They may be friends, but tonight they look to defeat one another. Dan Haren against the A's now. Glad to have you back at the ballpark. Dan Haren completes his warm-up tosses. You are watching tonight in high definition on FSN Arizona. Haren, an interesting proposition going head-to-head against his old manager, against his old teammates. We know how stubborn Dan Haren could be. Let's take a look at this lineup. He knows they know him. He knows all about it. The back and forth mentally with Mark Ellis, Ryan Sweeney. Jack Cust was there last year, as was Eric Chavez and Bobby Crosby, former Diamondback. Carlos Gonzalez came in the Haren deal. Kurt Suzuki, he's won a College World Series title. Derek Barton, And then Joe Blanton bats ninth. Tonight's starting pitching report is brought to you by another energy-efficient natural gas builder, our good friends with Lennar Homes. Hard to argue with those numbers.
No, I kind of feel the need to repeat what you said earlier, Darren. It's his turn to become the tourniquet. Stop the bleeding. And it has been a hemorrhage the last 3 games.
Right away, strike one with a fastball to Mark Ellis. We have some actual redheads out there tonight. A lot of folks spray painted their hair red. Good pitch right over the top. It looked like that hard breaking ball.
Was that the hard breaking ball?
But I don't know, Gracie. Unless he got on the side of a splitter. I have no idea, honestly. He's got me baffled, and I thought I knew everything he threw.
I don't know if he throws a cutter or a slider, but that sure looked like one. That was the split finger, and it was in the dirt.
1-2 the count.
I don't mind that, though. I'd rather see an 0-2 pitch down there than somewhere in the middle of the strike zone.
05, 06, 07, he was a member of the Oakland A's, as that one is buried in on the hands. Here's the pitch again we were talking about. A couple of pitches ago, we had no idea what it was. Breaking down and away.
Well, I don't know. He might have just invented something out there.
The 1-2.
Same pitch. What is that? That's not a breaking ball, Darren, at 89.
Unless the speed gun has had some amp.
That's like a cutter. Uh-oh.
I've got some thoughts. Here's our Rico defense. It's Jackson, Young, and Salazar. Reynolds, Drew, Hudson, Tracy, and then Haren and Montero. That's a fastball. Here's the only thing I'm thinking. Obviously, when he throws the breaking ball, Gracie, he pulls the knuckle back. So you can see the knuckle in the air, that spike breaking ball. When he throws the split, you can see the baseball as he comes to the plate between the fingers.
That's it. He's been working on something, and he hasn't been telling us.
Do you blame him? This is his old team, and I'm not surprised that he is crafty enough to
something new for the boys.
To add a wrinkle, if you will, to his old club. 94 miles an hour.
Bottom line, Darren, is hey, yeah, we were teammates and friends. Yeah, that's a fastball grip of some kind, isn't it, Darren? That knuckle's not spiked on the index finger.
No.
Oh, what a tricky guy, Dan. We caught you.
Split-fingered fastball there. 2-2 the count. And he's throwing hard tonight. 2-2. 93 miles an hour. He's touched 94 already.
That's cutting it loose for Dan Haren. He usually hangs around 89 to 91. 93 is letting it rip pretty good. But he's 3-2 now on Sweeney. Impressive left-handed hitter, this kid Sweeney.
Hot shot right back through the box. Off-speed pitch that stayed up, so Sweeney with a hit. Again, when you talk about the 3 pitches that he primarily throws, the fastball, of course, that's the two-seamer, top left. Split-fingered fastball. When I said you see the baseball, that's what we mean. And then if it's to be the traditional breaking ball, you see that knuckle up. Jack Cust. He has an awful lot of respect, Dan Haren does, for this organization and his old teammates. Really feels like they gave him an opportunity to, and that's a breaking ball. Yes. Right there is his breaking ball.
Yeah, the breaking ball's a good 10 miles an hour off his fastball. That one at 81. That's usually a pretty good indicator for us of what the pitch was.
I think Gracie might just be a cutter.
Yeah, just set it off center a little bit and let it fly.
Jack Cust last year, when he was working with Dan Haren as a teammate, had a big year power-wise. 26 homers, 82 RBIs. He was 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts and a walk last night. Boy, good pitch. It's outside.
Dan Haren got Jerry Meals in Pittsburgh, and there was some questions about. He wasn't real happy with the strike zone in Pittsburgh. Not real happy right now with it either in Arizona.
Little bender, he drops in there.
Guy like Jack Cust, who has huge power. You can't just give in and throw him a fastball 2-0. You'll give up 2 runs quickly to him. Put a little wrinkle in it, took all the fun out of it for Jack Cust there. Nice pitch.
Former Diamondback, first-round pick of the Arizona Diamondbacks. Look at that fastball right by him. 2-2 the count.
And the 2-0 breaking ball sets up the 2-1 fastball. Cust thinking off speed. Instead, he gets some gas right by him. Beautifully located, Dan.
(6-4) this year, a 3.41 ERA. 6-1 here at home. There's another breaking ball, and that one is fouled off. When you hear us call it a breaking ball, when you talk to Dan Haren about the pitch, it is a traditional curveball approach, but he says it has a little bit of a look to a slider. So he will describe it as a curveball slider infusion. The two mixed together, so I just stick with breaking ball. I heard Mr. Scully say it my entire life growing up. Figured that'd be all right. Runner goes. Boy, another good pitch. Throw down, not in time.
Wow, and a safe call. Looked like the throw was there waiting on him. Bob Melvin going to come out and have a talk with Bill Miller, second base umpire. Stephen Drew didn't argue at all. So he didn't get a call from Jerry Meals or Bill Miller at second base. My goodness, how is he safe?
Yeah, he's out.
That's honestly one of the worst calls I've seen in a long time.
So Bob Melvin done with the discussion. Cust takes a very close breaking ball. So Danny has to go back to work, take care of business with a runner in scoring position. 3-2 the count. And that one kicks away. Split-fingered fastball. Haren needs to come in now and cover the plate, which he does. So trying with 2 strikes to throw him the split-fingered fastball on a full count. He walks him, and now Eric Chavez. A pitch down and away, and you wonder how he hit a ball like that out. Stayed back beautifully and drove it out of here.
Well, big power from Chavez, but a guy, if you can get him to hit a ground ball, slow of foot. So he is certainly a double play ball candidate if you can keep the ball down.
Breaking ball over the inside corner. Strike 1 to Chavez.
See if Dan Hare can pitch around that tough break on the call at second base. Now, Stephen Drew didn't even argue.
And it looked like the tag was there, right on the arm before he hit the bag of Sweeney. Always grips the split-fingered fastball, will adjust need be. It's just as he will tell you, the toughest pitch for him to grip. Don't want to tip it off. Fouls that one off. 1-2 the count on Chavez.
Sometimes you get away with one. Dan Haren got away with one there. Tried to come in and really left it right down the middle for Chavez to take a big rip at.
Double play's nice, and it is dandy certainly, but take a strikeout here as well. Joe's going to be ready to block it up, and a fastball in. 2-2 the count. Oh, we have him.
That's big league.
All right, let's see if it works. Oh, you bet it did. Split-fingered fastball and a fabulous pitch there, and a huge strikeout.
Well, he saved his best split for last. Let's take a look at just how this happened. Getting ahead with the breaking ball. That's the key. Getting ahead. put him in swing mode. Now you miss with a fastball, you get away with that one. That was the key. Once Chavez let Haren away with that fastball down the middle, he wasn't going to get another good pitch to hit. Haren threw a beautiful split for a big strikeout.
And now Bobby Crosby. It's that cut fastball down and away. I think we're right on with what that is. 1-0 the count.
24 pitches already here for Dan Haren, having to work hard. Well, just as Brandon Webb did last night.
Two and 0. Four home runs, 36 driven in for Crosby. For the last 3 seasons has had a basket full of ailments that have kept him away from 100 games. There's a strike. Curveball there. 2-1 the count, the breaking ball. Got that outside corner extended a bit for that call. Bouncing ball to short. Stephen Drew. And Dan Haren just worked out of it. The right-hander against his old club had to labor a bit. Doesn't matter now, though. Back at the ballpark, Bob Melvin clearly disagreeing with that call. Still in this ball game, though. Let's take a look at his starting lineup, brought to you by Southwest.com. Connor bats second. Montero's behind home plate. Salazar gives Upton the day off.
What do you think of Connor Jackson, the 2-hole there, Darren Sutton?
Thumbs up.
Really?
I am willing right now, as a fan of this team, to try anything. You in the 2-hole. Are you ready?
No.
I'm just saying.
I haven't gone 0 for 4 in about 5 years now.
All right. That's all well and good, but I think I speak for the fans when I say whatever the mad scientist wants to try, he can feel free to try it. Tonight he tries it against Joe Blanton, right-hander. 3-9, but he's pitching a lot better than that. 4.23 ERA. He is, as a matter of fact, at home, he's 1-7 with a 3.9 ERA.
Wow. Beautiful change up there.
Change of pace.
And you see the 10 home runs, 7 of them are solo. There's that old adage in baseball, solo home runs don't beat you. Well, don't tell that to Joe Blanton.
Stephen Drew on the ground, diving attempt and past Bobby Crosby for a base hit. Let's take a look at the defense for the Oakland A's. Carlos Gonzalez very comfortable in center field. He was talking about that before the game. Kurt Suzuki directly behind home plate. How about this catch? Gonzalez was in right. It's the kind of effort you love when your team has a double-digit lead.
One of the best catches you'll see.
One and 0 the count to Connor Jackson. You got some cheers going, Mark Grace, out there in left field. Those redheads, a Let's Go D-backs chant.
Is that McClune out there leading them along?
I hope so. 1-1 the count. To the speedster, stealing base is not a sin. Oh, look at that. It's an even chance, so run, run, run.
Boy, she's a... You know I'm loving. That might be my favorite sign of the year. Stephen Drew has officially got the steal sign. Connor Jackson, I wouldn't mind seeing some hit and run. Connor Jackson handles the bat very well. 2-1 is a running count. You might see it right here.
Huge jump. Connor Jackson. Look at the boys with the wheels in motion. Now Drew slips, and he gets back to the bag.
There it is. The running game.
You love it, don't you?
Oh, boy, did I miss you. That running game. Nice job by Connor Jackson. I think Stephen Drew probably could have made it to third base, but instead he scampers back to second.
That's almost a skidder. So he does not go to third. He was such a fast base runner. Very conservative base runner, though. Strike, fastball, 0-1 the count, Orlando Hudson.
What do you think of the bunt right here, Daron Sutton?
I love it.
So you're just all in with everything tonight.
Whatever anybody wants to try, I am all in. I am right there with you, Mr. Melvin. Isn't that kind of the redhead attitude? You need to be all in.
Aggressive.
Well, and especially when your team is struggling.
Yeah, I have to be all in. You got to gamble a little bit. Mr. Vegas.
With a capital S, by the way.
Absolutely.
On that thing. 1-1 the count. Orlando on the ground. Chavez can't make the play. Drew is stopped at third base. Base is loaded. Nobody out.
Back-to-back-to-back base hits to start the game for the D-backs. And you just have to kick the door in right here, Daron. You can't be satisfied with one run. This is an opportunity for the Diamondbacks to really make some noise here, to really put an exclamation point on the beginning of this game. Like, yeah, you guys came out here and you blitzkrieged us 15-1 last night. But today's a new day, and we mean business tonight. Big opportunity for Chad Tracy to put an exclamation point on the beginning of this game.
Chad Tracy, who, by the way, is a redhead.
Oh, Daron, that was huge right there. You don't miss anything.
Try not to. Down the line and down. Fair ball. One run is in. Connor Jackson right around. Hudson is stopped. The redhead thrills the redheads. It's 2-0.
You want exclamation point? You got it. Chad Tracy got him a changeup. He pulled it right down the line. And the Diamondbacks and the Redheads meaning business tonight here in the first.
Runners on second and third, nobody out. That one bounces in there. Suzuki puts his nose on it and blocks it up. "14 pitches in for Blanton, and get him early. When you look at his numbers, this is when he gets knocked around. First 30 pitches of the game, opponents hit .319, 23 runs. That's high.
You get greedy here if you're the Diamondback offense. You want to put a huge number up there now. 4 straight base hits. One of those an extra base hit to climb that ladder just a little more. Nice breaking ball there from Blanton on a 2-0 count.
Two and one the count.
All right, got a fastball snuck by him.
Let's go, Sheriff. Let's go, Sheriff. They chant out there all alone. And they're section 500 strong tonight as he fouls it back.
And a good swing at a breaking ball there from Blanton.
Diamondbacks lead it 2-0. Chad Tracy has driven in a pair. Did that get him? Oh, it nearly got his jersey.
Sounded like it might have got the jersey, but it didn't. Mark Reynolds.
Let's see.
Says, no, it didn't hit me. I want to hit. I think it missed him.
Fouls it off. 3-2 the count. Remember, in New York, when Billy Wagner hit him, what's that all about? Billy Wagner hit him with a pitch in the foot. Wasn't called. He then homered. Look out down the line. It's a rocket shot.
Look out down there. Thankfully, the railing was just tall enough to save a bump or a bruise down there.
Playing D bingo at the ball game. Pay attention to the game, please.
Hear, hear.
Drinking D beers. Reynolds pops it up to the right side. Long run. Sweeney. Ellis comes out there as well. What a play. Hudson tags. And the throw to the plate. Tracy scampering back. Ryan Sweeney came up firing a rocket shot to home plate. That won't get him in.
A long run for Sweeney, makes a nice running catch. Orlando Hudson was just kind of more bluffing than anything. Now Miguel Montero, got to add on. Can't be satisfied with just 2 runs in this situation.
A little flinch behind home plate there by Meals, and Blanton wanted it. 1-0 the count to Miguel.
Been a relatively small strike zone for both pitchers.
Yes, it has. Oh, that is big league. High pop, long run, Tusk coming, and he won't get there. 1-1 the count. No home runs, 5 RBIs. Again, for Montero, we look at pitches from Blanton away should he go out there. They teams, I tell you, they have been pounding him in, or it's soft away. He goes away. The runners stay put.
Well, Reynolds, now Montero can't get the job done. Hoping for some 2-out lightning from Chris Young. Breaking ball out over where Montero likes it. He lines it right at Crosby, and the runners stay put.
Runners on second and third. 2 in, 2 outs, and now Chris Young. One and 0. Young moved down in the order. Batting 7th tonight. Into the catcher's mitt. 1-1 the count.
Got a fastball, belt tied down the middle, and swung right through it.
2 for 18 on this homestand with just 1 RBI. High fly ball, deep left field. Goodbye.
Talk about an exclamation point, Darren Sutton. Blanton got away with a middle fastball. He doesn't get away with a hanging breaking ball. Boy, Chris Young puts a charge into that mistake. Look at the head stay right down. The follow through. That's the Chris Young we've been missing in June, Darren Sutton.
First home run this month. First home run. And you bet we've been missing it. As that one misses away to Jeff Salazar. Oh, the mad scientist is at it again tonight. He bats his leadoff hitter 7th, and look what it produces. You bet I'm all in with everything tonight. You want to run? You want to hit and run? You want to hit homers on hanging breaking balls? Skipper, we got your back tonight.
No vanilla managing tonight. He's all in. Never really vanilla managing from him anyway.
No, and vanilla stopped tasting good about a week and a half ago.
I agree. Like some Tutti Frutti once in a while.
A little chopper. Blanton sets and fires. Handcuffs Barton there at first. Oh, good to see on a night that the folks have made signs. They've brought their support. Chris Young leaves the yard. Bash them Billy Balling bums. Oh, a nice reference to Billy Martin out there at the Redheads. Oh, it is big league what is going on. Dan Haren ready to go. Our Brown & Brown Chevrolet key to the game now. This one, first of all, I don't know if I want it explained, but I'm going to have it explained. Give him a wedgie?
Well, I came up with that, Darren. I know that surprised you that I would come up with something juvenile like that, but you know, Dan Haren is he was a brother of these guys.
Oh, okay.
The Oakland A's. He was one of their brothers in arms last year, and kind of the older brother, if you will, the guy with a little more tenure in the big leagues than these young A's. So, you know, they're his little brother, and I know as being a little brother, I was the youngest of two boys. My older brother gave me a lot of wedgies.
Oh, okay.
I went crying to Mom as a youngster quite a bit. You know, Mike gave me a wedgie. So I think Dan Haren should break out his wedgie today. Maybe treat the little brother like the little brat that he is.
I like it. I'm all in. I told you I'm all in with everything.
I mean, maybe even pull his britches up to his head.
There's a name for that. I forget what it's called. Atomics, super atomic. In one of those great movies, maybe even like a Christmas Story type movie, the 1-2. Fastball to the former Diamondback.
That would have been Bad Santa.
Was it? It's a little bit different than a Christmas Story. Oh, that is big league. Oh, no.
Are you kidding me?
Oh, boy.
Moon!
Fouled off.
He's a mischievous one, that Mark McClure.
Look at him. He's in full character tonight. I know he was telling me that he brought his chicken head. He was going to put a chicken head on later.
Really?
Oh, absolutely. The 2-2. Breaking ball, ground ball. Boy, you look at a big shift that time. That worked out perfect. Hudson nowhere near where he usually plays. The key for Haren, if you have a shift like that, you got to pitch in and you got to
pitch
throw
soft.
off speed.
You have to pitch soft and you have to pitch in. You can't even see Orlando Hudson on your screen. There he is. Played perfectly. That's why you have the advanced scouts. I'm not a huge fan of the overshift, Darren, but there's a lot of, it's not guesswork down there either.
Oh no,
they go over the charts and the tendencies of other hitters, and they put their defense there accordingly.
Chris, you and I talked about it in Milwaukee. As you can see, all the scouts that are there. All kinds of good gentlemen down there, including our boss, Josh Burns. 0-2 the count. Better said Scott Snyder's boss. I want to get a shot of him up here in the booth. 0-2 the count. Right over the top.
What a pitch. Split finger, now you see it, now you do not. What a pitch.
Throw that pitch to righties as well.
I love the fact that Dan Haren has just come out really aggressive, 2 quick outs to keep that momentum going. Big shutdown inning.
One 1-0 the count to Derek Barton. 5-0 Arizona leads it as that breaking ball is low and inside. The Diamondbacks again now are reaching the point where they want to do this anyway. They have to take care of their own business. They've got to win it for themselves and for the Redheads, no doubt. The Dodgers have won already. They've won him for consecutive nights, and you never know when Los Angeles with enough pitching and Joe Torre at the helm, Bob Melvin running the show here, where they'll get on a roll and win 8 of 9.
They've got the talent and the payroll.
6-1. Derek Lowe beat Bronson Arroyo 6-1, so it's a 4-game lead, and all of a sudden teams like San Diego, San Francisco, and Colorado don't anymore consider themselves out of it either. Broken bat. There's Dan Haren to make the play. A shutdown inning as you called for. 1, 2, 3. We are all in with the mad scientist tonight.
The Diamondbacks with a big lead on the Oakland A's, and this place is rocking. We are live in the redhead section. Hula dancing behind me. It's all about themes. Hey, Gracie and Sutton, they want a hula dance for you. This is Kimberly. It's her second game in the redhead section. Second game, go redhead or go home. We love the signs. And Jan Fox, where did you get these hats? These are great.
Party City.
Listen, how many people do you have with you tonight?
There's 8 in our group.
8 in your group, and this is our favorite sign right here. Somebody was watching the Mets game the other night. Look at this. Can we see this? Mark the Marsupial? His Mark Grace, what are you calling Mark Grace here?
A marsupial.
Wait, whoa.
Hold on 1 second. Yeah, are you listening in, Grace?
Yeah, I'm hearing that. No, that was what Chip Hale was being called in New York.
Okay, so it was what Chip Hale was being called in New York. So now you were calling Mark Grace a marsupial?
Yes, he's a marsupial now because he's never been called one before in his whole entire career, and he's now a marsupial.
Whether he likes
Likes it or not.
whether he likes whether you like it or not, a marsupial. And look at all these signs, guys. I think they watch every night. These guys watch more Diamondback games than my mom, and that's pretty hard. She's watching them all.
Wow.
Just call me Wallaby.
That is big league. We'll be back to Mark McClune as that one is fouled off to the right side. Big Mac, can you hear us out there still?
I got you.
Okay, somewhere front on the section closer toward the Diamondbacks dugout, there's some A's fans out there.
Should we start booing them ruthlessly?
No, they've been booed ruthlessly. We've heard them. We just haven't caught it on camera. You need to go find them if you don't mind when they come back.
Okay.
And go,
maybe a pie in the face.
I'm mischievous like that.
There.
I could do that. Pie in the face. Should I go get Baxter to help me out?
That might be the ticket.
Okay. Where is Baxter? You know what? I got enough Baxters up here anyway.
We'll find him.
Okay.
They are on a walk right now. It's not that young man. I mean, these are people that are boisterous and wearing Bert Campaneris jerseys, bright yellow.
I got you.
They're all in with the A's. Now they're welcome to come sit in the section as far as I'm concerned.
Of course.
Their money's good with us.
We love it.
Fouled off. Dan Haren, by the way, putting it at bat on.
But I think they're also, if they're going to have the guts to wear their true colors, which is green, I think they should also possibly wear one.
Okay.
Like a pie in the face.
Here's pitch number 9. That's strike 3, and he knew it. He knew it. Those two gentlemen that just went toe-to-toe, we heard them talk about one another in our second segment tonight before the ball game. They have a lot of respect for one another. They're very close friends. And then don't forget the 3 degrees of separation. I have 3 for you tonight with Joe Blanton.
What do you have?
Well, Joe Blanton, when he was a freshman at Kentucky, pitching collegiately, the junior and one of the leaders, Brandon Webb.
Really?
He was his teammate at the University of Kentucky. Steven, a topper to the right side. And then when he played in the Cape Cod League while he was at Kentucky, Mr. Webb went off. He signed his professional contract. Brandon was gone. And he got a ride every day to the ballpark with his teammate in the Cape Cod League, Connor Jackson. There's your 3 degrees of separation.
Well, here he is. Did he call him Kojak back then?
He didn't call him Kojak back then.
The governor did.
Well, absolutely. I don't know if back in the Cape if the governor did, but he probably had it right on the tip of that tongue. 1-0 the count.
Did you play in the Cape Cod League or a summer league?
Oh, not good enough to play in the Cape.
I played in the Alaska League,
which I always wanted to play in. Played in the Jayhawk League in Kansas. Liberal Kansas, to be specific.
Was Red Oak, Iowa?
Yes.
In that league? Yes.
Yes, they were.
My college roommate played at Red Oak. Speaking of red.
Just to make sure, Connor Jackson takes a look. He has been on twice tonight against his teammate in the Cape Cod League. And now it's Joe Blanton that has a little bit of an issue with the strike zone. There they are.
There's the A's fans.
Ah, they're good guys.
They'll look great with some pie in their face.
Oh, we can't do that, can we?
Of course we can.
Okay.
Where's Baxter? Oh, Baxter.
You know who should go
he's
do
probably
it?
baking that pie as we speak.
You know who should go out there with the pie in the face?
Who?
How about Derek Hall?
Ooh. Getting the Prez involved, huh?
Popped up. Over, under, and out to make the play. Hudson has his bat snapped. Base runner is stranded. Five to nothing the score. Top of the third inning. And again, these two good buddies go head to head.
Got me.
1-0 the count to Joe Blanton. By the way, it's our Van Chevrolet. Watch for the Camaro to win either tickets to an upcoming game or an autographed on. Visit vanchevrolet.com is really what you need to know. Go visit. Stay tuned for the D-backs live postgame show. We will announce tonight's winner. It snuck in on us. It wasn't supposed to come in early, but we're all right when it visits. We love the support of our good friends with Van. Old teammates in Oakland. Well, anything you can do, I can do just as well. That's how he struck out his good buddy Dan Haren. Fastball over the outside corner. Talk about these Arizona Diamondbacks. Their struggles offensively. Five runs, as easy as it was, as quickly as it happened, and totally and completely respecting the fact that they did it against a good pitcher tonight. An outing, Gracie, 5 runs has been few and far between.
Darren,
at home.
They got more hits in that inning than they did all last night and the night before.
So good to see in support of Dan Haren. Mark Ellis had a big night last night. He had a couple of homers. He had a couple of walks as well. Is that a changeup he hit out, correct?
And a fastball from Edgar Gonzalez.
Goodness, 94 over the outside corner.
He's throwing hard tonight, Darren. I mean, really hard. You can't locate it any better. Right on the outside corner. Thank you so much. That is one heck of a pitch. Toughest pitch in baseball to hit, Darren Sutton. The fastball on the outside corner. Racking up the Ks. Trying to get another thirst buster tonight.
Got a feeling he'll get there. Breaking ball, 0-2 the count to Ryan Sweeney. Sweeney singled, he swiped a bag, but he was stranded at third, and that was back in the first inning. Fastball just missed the inside corner.
Diamondbacks in that big shift on the infield. Orlando Hudson playing nearly at first base. Boy, he's throwing hard there. 94 for Dan Haren. That's a lot of fastball.
I would imagine there's a lot of passion behind that against his old team, the Oakland A's. He has thrown 3 pitches that have been all around the plate.
They've been off the plate, though.
There's no doubt.
Just a little bit.
I agree with you. He can't come any closer, though. 3 consecutive times. On 3-2. Breaking ball belted right field. Salazar is there to snatch it right off the turf. 5-0. Arizona leads it. Joe Blanton facing his old teammate Dan Haren tonight. His thoughts on the right-hander for the Diamondbacks.
He's a guy he's got great control. You know, he always keeps the ball down the zone with his good sinker. You know, usually you're around 90, 95 miles an hour, and you know everybody knows his split. You know, he's got one of the best splits in the league, if not the best. You know, he just makes hitters look, you know, terrible in it. But you know, the thing that also makes him really good, he has that as his put away, but he also has a curveball he can flip over at any time that really makes it a nice equalizer.
And he has been equalizing a lot tonight, and on a night in which he is active, Chad Tracy, for the redhead section, he's got a couple of hits.
He got the big hit to get the Diamondbacks out of the gate, a 2-run double. Now he bangs a base hit into right center.
Hey, Mark Grace.
Yes.
Oh, that's great. Congratulations on your ending edition.
She is big league.
So is a big fan by the name of Flo Jordan. Do you mind if we say hello?
Of course not.
Flo Jordan, you know how I get a little ornery sometimes when the team scuffles?
Oh, yeah.
So does Flo.
Really?
She is 96 years young watching us.
Flo.
And I met some of her family last night, some of her friends. They shared with me that just as ornery as they think I might get on occasion, she's well beyond that.
Really?
Oh, she expects a lot from her boys down there.
Oh, Flo, we feel you.
Ouch, 3-0 green light fouled off. Flo Jordan in Litchfield Park, 96 years young. Wonderful Diamondbacks fan. We are glad to have you with us tonight.
I want to say hello to my friend's Aunt Marge, who never misses a game.
Really?
Not one. She gets equally ornery as Flo. So there's a couple of our fun friends we've said hello to. Having a good night. It's a real good night here. It's redhead night.
It always is a good night on a redhead's night, but you know, we needed to, we're not afraid on these shows, and you folks know it, to do unique things, have a show out by the pool, have Broadstock in Milwaukee, to have the redhead section, to have the behind the scenes nights.
Yeah.
They haven't really treated us very well this year, those special nights.
Yeah, the
Diamondbacks.
The home team and or the Diamondbacks have been taking consistent thumpings during those games, haven't they?
You have any numbers to back that up?
Well, I do, Darren, because this is not guesswork. This is big league analysis that you're dealing with here night in and night out. You want?
How many shows have we done, specialty shows?
5.
Okay.
That I can remember, 5.
Okay, and what is the score of those games?
The combined score, opponents, 54.
Okay.
The Diamondbacks, 12.
It's not good. So in other words, we were owed tonight. The Diamondbacks and their fans were owed tonight. Montero hits that one a mile high to center field. And he is erased. There it is. That is our Andy Bach, our senior producer, supervisor, came in and wrote that today. It's not guesswork, Gracie.
Well, that's once again the.
Just like in New York, just like in New York, when you found great stats on the scoreboard, and they shoot them every time.
I did my due diligence. I was in there working hard in the Mets clubhouse. And once again, I got.
Was it? I remember before the day game seeing you and Chris Aguila sharing a bagel and a cup of coffee together.
Right. Talking about his day game prowess.
1-1 the count to Chris Young. By the way, if Chris Young gets a hold of another one, that would be a good thing. He has already done a good thing with regard to charitable work, and for the Diamondbacks as they're up 5-0. For every home run the D-backs hit this season, yikes, Fulton Holmes will donate $150 to the Central Arizona Search and Rescue Fund. Outside, 3-1 the count.
Tell you what, that was a long home run too, and it was on a line. Oh, look at those wackos. I don't hear any cowbells out there tonight, Darren.
Not touching that, partner. 3-2 the count. Plenty of rattles, though.
That's a noisemaker, isn't it, Darren? Isn't a rattle a noisemaker?
And you should make noise at the ball game.
I agree. Oh, yeah. Bring them out.
How about these base runners here? They stay put. It's popped up to the right side. Racing after it is Barton, and it's into the seats. Chris Aguila, by the way, no longer in New York.
Really? Him and Willie Randolph and Rick Peterson and Tom Nieto all
He went in a separate deal.
All got run?
He went in a separate deal.
Oh, okay.
They let him know in the daytime that he was no longer playing for the Mets.
And they brought in Trot Nixon.
Yes. Fastball, and he just missed it. It's in a mile high to center field. Tracy moves up. Reynolds still at first.
Well, he got his pitch, and he missed it. Doggone it. He knows he doesn't get too many like that. But he hit one for a 3-run homer. He just missed a second.
Rockies a little pep in their step tonight, beating the Cleveland Indians 2-1 in the top of the 6th inning.
Rockies starting to play better baseball.
Well, and they have a little pride in their step as well, as they know Troy Tulowitzki will be returning on Friday.
Really?
Too low.
He's back, huh?
He will return. That's a visit from the manager there.
You know, that Troy Tulowitzki being the runner-up in Rookie of the Year last year. Dining car, I like that.
Oh, I never miss a dining car.
But have you seen what? Now look at this, an intentional walk, 1st and 3rd, Daron Sutton, to get to Dan Haren. Don't see this very often. But have you seen what Ryan Braun's been doing lately? Last year's Rookie of the Year?
Yes, I have, Mark Grace. I've been seeing that he's been doing good work. As a matter of fact, about 10 days ago, I saw it in person.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately, we saw him up close and personal.
Yeah, he is having an amazing year.
Kind of an unorthodox move there by Bob Guerin, but
why?
Well, just because there wasn't a quote-unquote base open. But he's going to move a runner into scoring position and take his chances.
Oh, and 1 the count. Haren in this situation, 1 for 7 this year. He's driven in a couple of runs.
Not a bad hitter, though, Dan Haren.
No, he's got 31 at bats. As that one misses outside, and it's a funky way to look at it, folks, but just follow my logic here. He's got 31 at bats. He struck out just 6 times for a pitcher. That means he at least has a shot.
You're going to strike out if you continue to get that pitch. Knee-high outside corner. That was a thing of beauty.
He could hit in college at Pepperdine. Not quite the hitting exploits of Micah Owings at Tulane, but not far off. That one is high. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count. Kurt Suzuki with his full set of signs. Haren belted center field. Gonzalez goes back and it's down. 1 run is in. Another on around. Right behind comes Salazar. A 3-run double. Dan Haren.
Well, the unorthodox move comes back to bite Bob Guerin. And Dan Haren put a charge into that fastball. Gonzalez playing very shallow in center field, and he got beat on the fly. Yeah, the dugout, they had a feeling that was going to beat him on the fly. Chris Snyder leading the charge.
If you don't strike out a lot, and you put it in play, you at least have a chance.
And good friend Joe Blanton just received from his good buddy and older brother, Dan Haren. That was an atomic wedgie.
Atomic, there you go. High pop right side. Ellis is called off by Sweeney. Dan Haren just helped him out. Oh, you know they love it around this yard. 8-0, the Diamondbacks lead it. What a big inning, Chad Tracy. Single. Driving in a couple of runs. Chris Young, he got large. 5 runs in the first inning. Bases loaded. 3rd inning. Dan Haren backed himself up, but he needed to do some work on the mound to back up, dominating his old club, and then this. An intentional walk, as Mark Grace talked about, without a base open. Not showing any emotion, not like we were up here. 8-0 the score. Dan Haren dominating tonight as we move to the top of the 4th inning.
Well, he's not going to show any emotion, Darren, because he knows he's got a lot of pitching left to do this evening. But so far, the first third of this game has been awfully nice to Dan Haren.
He pitches very well in this ballpark. He is 6-1 with a 2.56 ERA. Why am I engaged to this guy? From Tucson they came.
Oh, I love it. I don't even want to go there.
Well, it was funny.
Because he's big league.
They came from Tucson, that couple there, and he went through, you know, a whole bunch of. Oh, the boss is out there again.
Does he have a pie?
That pitch is in. 1-1 to count. Look at him working it.
He is.
Breaking ball, 2-1.
Derek Hall, our team president, he's out there getting involved. Oh, look at that wacko.
Needs some runs on his forehead with a Sharpie.
What was he eating there, Darren?
I don't know. Nor do I think I want to. 2-2 the count with the breaking ball. Anyway, that couple came. He had painted his chest. He painted his chest in Tucson. Then they drove.
Okay.
Sit still in the car. He was worried when it got a little hot that he would sweat it off, as that one's just a little bit low. And they drove all the way. They made it here from Tucson without it coming off.
What's up, big guy?
The 3-2. Fouls that one off. And his fiance took a picture of the two of us together. He said, now I worked hard on this, don't touch it. I said, you think I'm going to touch it? You really think I'm going to touch it? I love that line.
No, I wasn't even thinking about it.
Never crossed my mind.
Don't worry.
I'll actually be standing 5 feet away from you.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
There we go.
High fly ball, left field. The play is made out there by Connor Jackson. Cust is erased. Our Aflac trivia question.
Aflac!
Derek Hall continues to.
I'll get this one. I'm feeling good.
Flip fans out there. Name the 4 players who were inducted into the Hall of Fame as Oakland A's. They went into the Hall as Oakland A's. Another fly ball left field. Connor Jackson. He is there to make the play for the out. 2 away. They just played along for a minute.
Oh, come on, guys. Where's the sense of adventure? Oh, a Yankee fan in there, too. We got to get a pie. Where's Baxter? 3 pies.
Maybe Baxter will come and see their large adult beverages.
Boston cream, French silk.
Or at least an ice cube.
Good old-fashioned apple pie.
Just an ice cube with a fly in it.
Yeah?
At least if he could do that.
Maybe for their beer?
Yes. The 0-1. I'll tell you what, I will be honest with you. You know how I think. That would be big league to get a pie sponsor. You know, I'd be all in with that. Montero saying, did he go around? I want to know. So they got to go ahead and fire that ball. That's a strikeout. That's the third out.
They called it a swing.
Give credit to Miguel Montero there for hustling after that baseball.
That didn't look like a swing.
No, it didn't at all. Crosby firing his gear away. Haren coming out. We'll replay the argument when we come back because they're getting after it. Unhappy with the call. Bobby Crosby let his manager dispute for him. Gracie, let's see.
Well, is it a swing or not? Yeah. That's pretty close, Daron. From the naked eye of the front, it was tough to tell. But Montero, he smelled a rat right away. He went after it. And Bobby Crosby is a strikeout victim. And he was not happy, and neither was his manager, Bob Guerin. Got a new pitcher, Daron Sutton.
Brad Ziegler goes to work. Ziegler, as you can see, side-wheeling right-hander. Pitched in 19 games in AAA, and boy, did he pitch. I mean, he was dominating, and he earned his call to the big leagues. As a matter of fact, in 24 1/3 innings in the minor leagues, 1 earned run. So include the big leagues, he's gone 32+ innings, giving up 1 earned run in pro ball this year. Mark McClune standing by in the redhead section with the boss. Big Mac, you got it.
And fitting that we would have a redhead here about to get Derek Hall's autographs, signing autographs and spreading good cheer and changing A's fans into D-backs fans one at a time.
Well, but they took the shirts off. So I think what we have to do is ask them. We can relocate them to another section, maybe even a better location, but we got to keep this all redheads up here.
Well, I think we did get him fired, though, didn't we? The guy, Nolan, called in sick to work?
Funny story, he did call in sick to work today, and he just got seen on TV, so that serves him right.
So, but this service that you're doing for the fans, this is like a college football, just crazy atmosphere out here.
These are the most unbelievable fans, and this is exactly what we needed to break out of that slump. So again, you know, Sutton and Gracie, they did it again. These redheads, they turned this around.
It's rocking out here.
Hudson slaps that ball, a base hit into left field.
Well, Daron, I think we kind of put the pressure on him in the open. We said, hey, we're tired of this losing crap. Yeah, and I put it on them.
Yes, you did.
And they responded.
You asked them to rock the house, to lift the noise level.
They're to lose their minds, and it's official. They've lost their minds out there, and they're very coachable. They do what they're told.
By the way, the next redhead section, I expect it to be filled, and I mean filled to the rafters, and even more full than that. That next redhead section is in a while. It's July the 2nd. And again, we'll have a different look t-shirt out there on July the 2nd as the true redhead has to count at 1-1. But the Milwaukee Brewers come to town. Two and 1 the count. You know we expect you there.
Oh, against the Brew Crew, Daron Sutton. Well, it's official, folks. Oh, my.
How about a redhead having a night on Redhead's night?
3 for 3, Daron. A double to right, a single to center, a single to left. The Diamondbacks have got a young left-handed hitter getting locked in. That's when you know you're locked in.
That is good to see. Aflac trivia question earlier about the Oakland A's and the Hall of Fame. It was a very good one.
Well, I'm gonna guess.
Okay.
Raleigh Fingers. Did he go in as an Oakland A?
I think he had to. I think he had to go in as an A. I think that is a very good guess.
Let's see. Reggie didn't go in as an Oakland A. He went in as a Yankee, didn't he?
I think so. Oakland A, too.
Great Oakland A.
That's the key to the question. It's not Kansas City A's. It's not any of the other A's teams. It's the Oakland A's.
Marty
the
Tarr
Marty Tarr fan club.
Wow. Oh, man. Liz Scott's got a fan club out there. Now Marty Tarr. It's truck night out at the Redheads.
Bouncing ball easing over. to the bag, and firing that is a double play.
Where's the Gregson Frampton sign?
Good to see Marty Tarr's next door neighbor at the game tonight.
Oh, Andy Bach got a sign.
Oh boy.
Big league.
Carlos Gonzalez to lead things off. Top of the 5th inning. Arizona leads it by a score of 8-0. Glad to have you with us tonight. Mark McClune, Mark Grace, Daron, Sutton, and you. 1-0 the count to Carlos Gonzalez. Grounded out to second, back in the 2nd inning. Hitting 8 of his last 9 in the big leagues. Fly ball off the sweet spot, certainly, and Chris Young is there. Well located fastball, 1 out.
There comes our Catfish Hunter.
I think that's a good guess.
Is he in there?
I think that's a very good guess.
The best nickname ever, besides D-Sut.
There you go, Raleigh Fingers.
The Catfish.
So
Reggie did go
in.
I forgot about Dennis Eckersley. I should have known that. He got me out plenty of times. Forgot about Eck. How do you get a name like Catfish?
With an 8-0 score, would you mind if I told you a quick story?
Sure.
With regard to that? Redheads, how about a blonde?
Blondes too. We love blondes too. Brunettes, even bald. Matt Williams, he's welcome anytime out there.
We love Matty. Kurt
Zacher. So go ahead, tell me about Catfish, or a story.
Before the draft in the early 60s, my father was working to sign a professional contract.
Okay.
Pitching very well and had some teams interested. There was not a draft, as that one is hit on the ground. Stephen Drew can't get there, and Suzuki with a base hit. Pitched very well in the NBC tournament in Wichita, Kansas in the early 60s. About 63 or 4. I don't know the exact year. Well enough to get a call from Charles Finder, who owned the Oakland A's, and gave him a call through a scout, got his number, gave him a call, and said, "We'd like to sign you. We'll give you," it's just for the sake of the conversation, $20,000, and back then, a new Buick, a new car.
Yeah, that was a
we'll give you a brand new car. We'll give you 20 grand in a car. And he was all excited. Now, the Dodgers were about to call the next day, which he didn't realize at that time. Well, Don Sutton back then took the phone call, said he was very excited, and then just as they wrapped up the conversation, he said, "Before I let you go, I'd like to know what your nickname is." And my father, pretty straight shooter at that time in his life, just said, "Well, it's just Don. You know, my full name is Donald. They call me Don. Don't have a nickname." "Well, you're from the South. You live on a farm. They call you, you know, Big Horse or Tex or anything, Rancher?" "Well, no, they just call me Don." "Are you sure? Do you have a nickname?" "No nickname." "Well, I just signed Jim Catfish Hunter and Blue Moon Odom, and if you don't have a nickname, you're not going to play for the A's." Hang up.
Slam.
End of conversation. Signed with the Dodgers.
You are kidding. Blue Moon. Oh man. See, that's
I thought you'd like that story.
Old school negotiation right there. And you know what?
And that's Charles Finley too.
And it couldn't have worked out any better for your dad.
There's no doubt.
Oh, I like that one. Gas. Oh, he got a flinch from Jerry Meals, but didn't get the much-needed right arm to come up. Did you see that one sign about inviting us out to have a libation?
I did not.
Did you?
I guess I should look at my monitor occasionally. Pitch misses away. 3-2 the count to Barton. And as fate would have it, about 20 years later, my father actually pitched in what I call his forgotten season with the Oakland A's in 1985. A lot of people don't remember he pitched one year for the A's.
And I got to admit, I didn't remember that either. How'd he do?
I'd have to double check it. About 500.
Really?
You know, double-digit win season, which he had just about every year.
Can I bring Daron? And Daron.
Got to put his T-shirt on, though, Grayson. High fly left field.
Sutton into his windup and the pitch. Check swing. Did he go around? Foul tip. Boone holds on. Sutton wins 5-1.
anniversary of his 300th victory.
He got that ticket. Did he ever? What we missed there was a young bat boy in his teens giving Don Sutton a big hug, and that happened to be his, well, his son. Daron Sutton, you were the bat boy. And about 5 seconds later, a very young,
a lot thinner,
not graying.
No.
Had some hip bones. Did that young Daron Sutton, but that was a great shot.
I have never seen, the feed that I have seen is only the Texas Rangers television version. I've never heard it with Dick Enberg ever since that day.
Really?
That's great. Nice job, guys. Andy Bach. And that is a strike over the outside corner. Emil Brown goes down on strikes. June 18th, little anniversary. 8-0 Arizona on top. FSN Arizona presents Diamondbacks Baseball, brought to you by Pennzoil, Feel the Clean, and by SRP, helping you live wisely in the desert. Don't forget, fans, glad to have you with us. Here is your SRP cool change tip of the game, and a reminder, for everyone the D-backs score this season, SRP will plant 10 trees.
Or you can be like Daron and just not use your washing machine.
Or the shower. There we go. They got the calendar. They got them checked off.
Can't wait for July 2nd.
Can I send just some guidance? Just a little bit of guidance.
And I think I know where you're going with this. And I'm all in with you.
And certainly no pressure in this, because they're raising heck tonight. They're having fun. But if you really want to stand out, even more so than they already do, which it's hard to do because they're incredible, wear the T-shirt.
Yeah, I think, yeah. Let's see if we can talk them into wearing the T-shirt for a little bit and see if we can get everybody to put the T-shirt on out there. And it'll look awesome. Don't you think?
Absolutely. Even if it's next time. We will, by the way, be sent.
Like, that's the shirt right there that I just circled.
So this is kind of a scouting report as we look ahead, because they can't hear us out there. High fly ball left field. By the way, Mark Grace,
yes.
Can I give you a bit of an announcement?
What do you got?
The next time, the next redhead section, July the 2nd.
That's against the Brewers, where you may just jump off a building.
Chad Godin takes the baseball for the 19th time this year as I ignore Gracie. Our all-tell call to the bullpen. Anyhow, the next time the section is put together, see why? Fighting it. Into the corner it goes. That's down. Extra bases. Young with a stand-up double. Finish that thought in a moment. Good to see Young with a home run to left and then a double to right.
Well, last night in a blowout game, Daron, Chris Young got a, well, I guess you could call it an oh-by-the-way base hit late in the game in his last at-bat to snap an 0-for-18 skid. And just that little what might have been in a lot of people's minds a meaningless base hit, Daron, not to Chris Young. He's turned it around. He's having a great night tonight.
That's what we talked about. Unfortunately, we've had 3 straight days to talk about it. But when you're not even a young club, when you're any club and you are getting boat raced, I love that term. I just learned it for the first time last year. That means you're getting beaten in some cases by double digits.
Soundly.
There is always something to work on.
Exactly.
That one heading toward the gap for Salazar. It's down. It's to the wall. Chris Young will score easily. Jeff Salazar with a double and an RBI. He gets into the double-digit RBI category. You know that feels good. He, too, has had a tough couple of weeks.
Well, lots to cheer about out in the redhead section. Well, what a pretty swing. Bang! Head stays on it nicely. Look at the head stay right there and drives through it. And just hits a rocket into the right center gap. Before the year's over, Daron Sutton.
Yes.
You heard it right here. You heard it here first, folks. Dan Haren's going to hit a home run before the year's over. I got my call on that.
I tend to believe that.
And we're gonna have to, if he doesn't, I'll have to do something. I'll come up with something. Here's some beautiful red hair.
Oh, they're putting their shirts on.
There you go. Let's see it. Let's see it.
Fouled that one back. Anyway, quickly to finish the thought. The next time there's a redhead section, and from there on out, we will be set up where we can speak to them. Get cheers going. There will be a speaker out there.
Yeah, I think they're hearing us already, Daron. Those shirts are starting to be adorned.
Ground ball to short. Haren is erased on a little dig over there by Barton. 2 outs, runner at third, and now Stephen Drew. I want to remind you, by the way, about the 4th of July. Oh, that's great out there. Only word if it's comfortable. It's the coolest 4th of July show in the Valley. Enjoy air-conditioned Chase Field when the D-backs take on the Padres, and we open the roof so you can sit back and watch the fireworks. Plus, the first 25,000 fans pick up a good-looking commemorative D-backs 4th of July T-shirt. Fans can take advantage of Family Fridays as well in the ticket plan, as that one is high. For tickets, call 602-514-8400 or visit dbacks.com/4th of July. Is that a picture-perfect moment there? Include me in the Marty Tar fan club showing that shot.
I agree.
That's awesome.
No, just even without that shot. Marty Tar is officially big league.
I took that shot to get me to the other side.
You're a little tougher judge.
3-0 the count to Drew from Godin. The count. I love the little tractor. You know what I think of when I see that, folks? I'm not going to let you answer.
What's that?
And that's a young Mark Grace right there.
Oh, that child is so much better looking than I ever was.
Stephen Drew drives it deep right. Gone.
And Daron, this one's officially a boat race.
To nothing Arizona. Stephen Drew's 10th home run, 27 RBIs now.
Stephen Drew got it all started in the first inning. He singled and scored the first run. And now he just provided the 11th run with a 2-run long ball.
I knew a smile was coming in a moment. You can't knock one out of here and not smile. Connor Jackson pops it up to the right side. Sweeney puts it to bed. But the Redheads have had a lot to cheer about tonight, and so have you. Steve, the man with the dirty uniform. Oh, Gracie likes to call him Dirt with the homer. Dan Haren getting ready to go against Mark Ellis. It's Ellis, it's Sweeney. And then it's Cust. 11-0. The Diamondbacks lead it. Pop behind home plate. Want to remind you, if you want to get real-time video highlights of your favorite team sent straight to your phone, then text Diamondbacks Alert, or for Gracie, D-Backs Alert, to MLB Go on your AT&T wireless phone and sign up for video alerts. Again, Diamondbacks or D-Backs for Gracie.
Save you time.
Gotta save time. Fly ball right field. And this weekend, by the way, just on Friday and Saturday, if you catch the highlights on your AT&T wireless phone, you'll hear some analysis from Tom Candiotti.
Yeah, you're going to have the Candyman with you.
There he is.
There's the Candyman, along with the Governor and Jeff Munn. Wow. Candyman.
He's tan.
Well, I think he forgot his sunscreen today.
Pitches away, 1-0 the count.
That's all right. It's redhead night.
He got some red outside today.
He's lined to right field. Aaron's allowed 2
there he
hits
is.
all night. 1 walk. That's been.
He does a good job when he's in here with you, Darren Sutton. Those all 3 of those guys do a good job.
Jeff Munn, by the way, an original redhead.
That's right. He's him, Chad Tracy.
There's no doubt about it. Chad Tracy as well. 1-2 the count. That one is in. Ken Phelps, he's an original redhead. There's some redheads out there.
Well, some of those signs are so good. There's a propeller hat.
Like Matt Williams.
That was before Darren Sutton's time, wasn't it? Those propeller hats, yeah. We had a lot of fun at Matt Williams. Hey, Darren, look.
More redheads.
The ultimate redhead right there.
Oh, that's great. All the redheads. There's another very good one. Beautiful. Pippi Longstocking.
Looked like a cross between Pippi and Cyndi Lauper.
It did.
Another redhead.
Gobbled up on a backhand by Orlando Hudson. 1, 2, 3 go the Oakland A's. Dan Haren is dealing. He and his Diamondbacks are up 11-0. FSN Arizona presents D-backs baseball, brought to you by Jack in the Box, where we don't make it till you order it, and by APS, the official power partner of the Arizona Diamondbacks.
I love it.
Jack
They're
Hanahan.
full force tonight.
Yes, they are. Hanahan is now at third base. Hudson slaps it right over his head. Orlando Hudson has a 3-hit night. It was 48 hours ago they had a 4-strikeout game. And he puts that in the rearview mirror.
When Orlando Hudson starts using the whole field, and what I mean by that is up the middle, the opposite way, that's when he starts to go on tears. So you're starting to see Chad Tracy get locked in, Orlando Hudson.
Chad Tracy on a backhand. There's one. Trace beats it out. Reaches on a fielder's choice, and no. That will count against that batting average. That is the 4th time he has been on tonight. He slapped it the other way, tried to find a hole.
You can see he's not happy with that 3-hit night. He's disappointed in that at-bat right there. This is kind of spring training for him, Darren.
That is such a valid point when we watch him work.
Out with the knee injury. He's finally starting to get his sea legs, I guess you could say. As Suzuki just got crossed up. Made the play.
By the way, the Arizona Diamondbacks have scored 11 runs tonight, well beyond the 8-run mark, which means everyone in the house, including the Redheads, they get a chance to enjoy chalupas.
Yes! I know where I'm headed right after the game, Darren Sutton. You betcha. Taco Bell.
Two and two the count. Seemed like every night in the month of April the Diamondbacks were giving away chalupas.
Just about. We haven't been able to feast a whole lot in May and June. Wow.
We thought the Diamondbacks had turned the corner about a week ago, and I'll tell you what, I won't forget this for a long, long time. That home run against Billy Wagner, a 3-run homer. All 3 games against the New York Mets, though they lost one of the games, they came from behind. They weren't able to turn it into a good start to the homestand. That was a very memorable series in Shea Stadium. And that man had a huge road trip.
He had a monster road trip.
He's 0 for 3 tonight. He's walked. He's been on once. Montero, that one slicing deep. Cust is there, and he runs it down. Into the triangle, making the play, and we move along. 6 in the books. Glad to have you with us tonight. The Diamondbacks lead it 11-0. Top of the 7th inning, Arizona leading Oakland by a score of 11-0. Glad to have you back with us. Our Coors Light freeze cam. Chris Young freezing. He was on that breaking ball. It stayed up, head down. He turned it into a blast. Boy, a lot of good pictures there.
A lot of power in that thin frame.
Orlando Hudson playing rover as if he's in softball, makes the play from shallow right field. Hanahan is erased. By the way, we want to congratulate the Arizona BCA, AZ-BCA. Team Arizona captured the championship after knocking off Georgia and Tennessee on the final day of the tournament. They finished with an 8-1 record. So Arizona amateur baseball, those young men, congratulations. Maybe that kind of mojo was shipped right here to the Diamondbacks. The count. Now that looked like that cut fastball there. He hasn't thrown many of them since early on.
Hadn't needed to.
No, he hasn't.
Wow. Did you see the dive on that fastball?
Just a two-seamer.
Man, what a pitch.
Boy, how big is this outing tonight? Giving the bullpen a chance to lock back in. Yikes.
Montero got that one right on the left bicep. Ouch. That's that sinking fastball that Dan Haren got past Crosby.
3-2. Bobby lifts that one into the seats. Don't forget, by the way, take advantage of our 10th anniversary pack. It lets you create a ticket plan that's perfect for your summer schedule. Prices start at just $110 for the 10th anniversary pack. They're just unable to square him up tonight.
A lot of lazy fly balls and 3 hoppers on the infield. Dan Haren's just been terrific.
Dan Haren coming from the Oakland Athletics 11 days before Christmas.
He didn't come cheap.
No, Brett Anderson, a very talented, one of the youngest of the group. Talked to Dana Evelyn before the game. We'll see Craig Smith pitch tomorrow. Carlos Gonzalez in the starting lineup. There he is, taking a pitch over the outside corner, 0-1.
And Darren, when you're playing in the minor leagues, yeah, you're playing for the organization that drafted you. But you're also playing, because that was driven over the head of Chris Young. But you're also playing for other organizations that are there scouting.
That's his first hit in the series, and don't you know that it feels good?
And that was a rope. Oh, we're going to party, boys. Let's not kid ourselves. We're coming.
Calling for Stanky out there. Did you hear that?
No.
Oh, yeah.
I think the Stank Man ought to go out there and maybe put it in appearance.
I think he might. I don't know. I know Brad, if they're calling for him, he may just go.
What about Ken Phelps?
He might as
well. He's a redhead.
We'll see.
All you got to do is just tell Digger, where is Digger? Just say, hey, there's beer out in that section.
I think he's back in the lunchroom.
And it would be beep, beep, bow. Off he'd go.
0-2 the count. Kurt Suzuki. One and two for the A's catcher, who did a lot of catching last year, Dan Haren. Win over Texas in the 04 College World Series. His game-winning RBI in the 7th inning gave Cal State Fullerton a title. Suzuki, the key member of that team. Split-fingered fastball is low, 2-2.
Pretty good one. Suzuki didn't even bite.
103 pitches for the right-hander. See if he can get out of this, if he'll go back to work one more time. Hot shot, left field, base hit. That'll break up the shutout. The A's on the board, 11-1 the score. His old catcher turned one around with an RBI.
Another split finger. That time Suzuki was all over it. This is a pretty good pitch. It's down. Suzuki just went down and smoked it. This is good hitting right there by the young catcher. Cal State Fullerton kid, is that correct?
That is correct.
Big time program.
Martin sends Connor Jackson into the corner with the slide. Be careful over there. Connor had to bid adieu to his locker mate today. Eric Burns on a plane and gone.
Visalia.
Visalia he will play for. They are playing conveniently for Mr. Burns against San Jose. So he gets to go on a minor league rehab and sleep in his own house.
Maybe see the fam.
1-1 the count. If all goes well, he will rejoin the Diamondbacks. A flight to Boston on Sunday. He will be activated on Monday.
If all goes well.
If all goes well. And there you have it. The 1-2. I mean, that's a rehab assignment.
Visalia?
Well, you get to stay at home. Happens to join the A-ball club when they're in San Jose.
It's not really an A-ball city, San Jose. It's a big city.
The 1-2.
Where'd you play your A-ball, Darren?
Boise, Idaho.
Boise. That's a nice, beautiful city.
Macon, Georgia. That was the other spot. Birthplace. No, it's
hot.
It's very hot in the summer, and it's the birthplace of John Rocker, Macon, Georgia. 2-2.
Anyway,
thought I'd share that with you. 11-1. Dan Haren doing his thing. Hang in there, young man. Come on, young Mark. Mark McClune out there in the redhead section. 11-1 the score, and he's run into a couple of buddies. Big Mac, what do you have?
Well, a couple of buddies. First of all, what's it take to be a redhead? All these guys are redhead. Why are you a redhead?
I'm a redhead because I'm sunburned, baby.
Sunburn on top of the head. That's great. We got redheads back here, and the ultimate redhead up here. A couple guys getting set for Quest Diamondbacks Live. Brad Steige, Ken Digger Phelps. What's coming up on the show?
Well, apparently, we've got a big Marty Tar fan and Ken Phelps, the director of our game.
Hey,
so
I don't know how Marty. I want to know how much money Marty paid to have somebody make this sign. That's what I want.
I think he did it himself. Yeah, post-game show. We're actually excited to talk about a D-backs win, and wow, what a great environment up here.
So I think this is going to get you more airtime tonight, Ken. Is that right?
Marty, hey, I'm looking forward to it, Marty. I'm looking for my sign. I got to find out who he had this sign made up by. Well, you know, Brad and I'll work on it.
There's got to be a Brad sign out here somewhere. We'll go look for it. That's our favorite sign right there. And that's her boyfriend.
Very good stuff, gentlemen.
All right, guys, we'll see you on the postgame show.
Way to bring it out there to us. Dan Haren. Handshakes all around and action in the bullpen. So one would assume that Dan Haren, a little bit over 100 pitches, is done.
A great effort from Dan Haren. Biggest effort of the year right there by any Diamondback pitcher. Biggest meaning, boy, put the team on your back. You didn't get lazy out there with a big lead. You continued to pound the strike zone. You continued to get quick outs. Once again, a terrific outing from Dan Haren. Nice to see the offense tonight, Darren. I miss these guys.
It's wonderful to see these gentlemen enjoy an evening in which they can have a little bit of freedom, which they can enjoy themselves some. Kiko Calero, 2-2 the count.
First inning, Chris Young. That made it 5-zip. They haven't stopped hitting since. We were worried sick about you guys. Offense. Well, it's good to have you back.
2-2 the count. Got him there with a slider down and away. The Diamondbacks in their 2 previous games before tonight scored 4 runs on 10 hits. They had 3 extra base hits total, and they were 1 for 11 with runners in scoring position. Tonight, 11 runs, 12 hits, 6 extra base hits, and look at the timely hitting.
Significantly different.
Chris Young moved down in the order. Justin Upton given the night off. And a bunch of guys that, whether they did it without us knowing, whether they did it internally with their bats, said enough tonight. Enough. I want to remind you about All-Star voting. Don't forget to help send your favorite D-backs to the All-Star game in New York. You can vote right here at Chase Field and online at dbacks.com, and there's lots of great prizes and benefits for voting. So get on it, fans. Vote for your favorite All-Star.
Those are my guys up there. Calero straightens up Salazar with a fastball in. So did you vote? Did you punch any ballots this year, Darren? All-Star ballots?
Fly ball. Center field, and the play is made by Gonzalez. Yeah, would you like me to tell you the truth?
Well, sure.
I haven't yet.
I haven't either. But I know last year you voted many times, and I remember you filled out all the Diamondbacks at every position. Are you going to do that this year?
I don't know if I did that last year. I'm trying to remember.
Or did you vote for the deserving guys, or did you go all Diamondbacks?
I think I voted for the best player.
Did you?
Some Diamondbacks in there, there's no doubt.
Absolutely.
I'm a little old-fashioned in that sense. But as Juan Cruz warms, that's your pleasure. That vote that way. You want to vote all red?
Yeah.
Vote all red. 1-1 the count to Alex Romero. You don't want to flip the switch, folks. We hope to hear from Dan Haren in just a moment. As a shot and a base hit into center field for Romero. I would like to ask him about that pitch in the first inning that we have not seen all year long. Happened to be against his old team.
You think he'll give you a straight answer?
I'm not sure.
Pitchers don't like to reveal their secrets very often.
I'm not sure. He may, you know what, and if he wants to not give us a straight answer and keep it a secret, I'm fine with that too. How do you think we should ask him?
Hey, what was that pitch you were throwing in the first inning?
Because we have not seen that one before.
To strike out Ellis, and we haven't seen it since. You know what I'm going to ask him about.
What's that?
The 3-run double.
All right.
Nice change up there from Calero.
and you should ask him about that. I think we got it covered. All right, folks, we're all set for the interview. We'd love to rehearse.
Now let's hope he okays it.
Stephen Drew tonight, he got large. He's got a single, and that's a 2-run home. That's a bolt. And that's down. Romero out front of the pack. Drew hustling on around. Into second with a slide. Love to see the way Stephen Drew, no matter if it's a lazy fly ball or a base hit, run hard every time.
I like that sign. Believe in Stephen. Gets a breaking ball, hooks it down the line. By the time it's corralled, Stephen Drew never stopping. Into second base, sliding in with a double. Dirt, as Daron likes to call him.
I really do like to call him
He's living
that.
up to that tonight. And he is officially a dirt bag tonight, and I love that. Oh, there's the eyebrows, Daron. Love that.
0-1 the count to Connor Jackson.
We're gonna have to wear some of those Kojak brows up here one of these nights.
Well, I think
we'll look good in those.
You know, when we go out on the road, we like to do our broadcast opens sometimes with a player involved. I mean, we've been doing that a lot.
Right.
I think we need to wear the brows, have Connor with.
I think that would be tremendous. I might even go with the sideburns.
I think that would be a good look, I think. Kind of a Mark Grace, Jason Priestley morphing together. Kind of a 90210 Gracie. Out front of that one, 1-2 the count.
And if we looked more like Connor Jackson, Chicks would more like Diggus.
There's no doubt about that.
Instead, we're just the old fat guys.
I'm all in with that, by the way. I don't know if you knew that. I'm all in with that. 1-2 the count.
Oh, wow.
Hovercraft slider.
That's an 11-1 strike.
And it's called strike 3. Dan Haren dominating. Excellent. Dan Haren in the Diamondbacks dugout. First of all, Danny, congratulations on your outing. And I have to ask you about that pitch in the first inning. You've shown us your grips. We've seen splitter, fastball. We've seen the breaking ball. What was that other pitch in the first inning?
Threw a few cut fastballs today. Well, you never asked if I threw a cutter last time, but you know, as a pitch I developed, I threw a little bit last year, throwing it some this year, but you know, earlier in the year I wasn't really feeling that great, going through a little dead arm, kind of backed off throwing it. So now started throwing a little more, starting to feel really good, and you know, I'm starting to feel good out there on the mound.
Hey Danny, you obviously you threw a great ball game, but can I talk about the bat? Can we go a little offense? You know, the team had great offense and you were a big part of it. How about a base clearing double?
Yeah, you know, I wasn't trying to do too much there. I was just trying to put the bat on the ball. You know, Blanton's obviously one of my best friends, a guy I respect a lot, and you know, I wasn't trying to do too much, just 2 strikes, just trying to fight off a 2-strike pitch, and I got the good part of the bat on it, and you know, more often than not, the outfielders play in, so you know, I was able to hit it over their head.
Congratulations. Thank you for just a moment of your time.
All right,
nice going, kid.
Yep.
Well, what a treat that is, and we are very fortunate for that opportunity. Juan Cruz looks to take it to the finish line, and I must admit that may be one of my favorite answers of the year. It was a cut fastball. He was straight with us, and then he said with a bit of a wry smile, "You didn't ask me about that pitch." I thought that was a fabulous answer.
You know, Danny's a soft-spoken guy, but when he has something to say, it's usually something quite intelligent.
I agree. Probably, and it was an interview that we did in Milwaukee for the hardball show that we cut up and used on the air. But as that strike 3 from Juan Cruz, what's new? Probably, I'd say one of the favorites we've been able to do this year with Danny. When you talk about Juan Cruz, you talk about strikeouts. And we've, over his last couple of outings, hit on the fact that he is one of the most dominating relief pitchers with regard to strikeouts in the big leagues the last 2 seasons combined.
He just comes at you with 3+ pitches: an overpowering fastball, a breaking ball, and a changeup to the left-handers. Uh-oh. The one you call Little Gracie wants that cake, and he wants it right now.
Oh, hang in there, Little Gracie.
Oh, I never turned down. See, it can't be Little Gracie. I never turned down a hunk of cake.
That's beautiful. Oh, my.
What?
And that's a scary thing with Juan Cruz pitching. You're talking about mid to high 90s.
Yeah, I think it was more of a grazing blow. You hope it was more of a grazing blow. And that hurts. And Little Gracie ain't playing it either. Still doesn't want that kick, does he? Tell Pops to send it up here. I'll gnaw on it for a little while.
Sweeney lines out. Oh, now he's all in.
Yeah. I wanted the lemon cake, Mom. I didn't want that orange cake. Oh, there's a big old bite.
Back them up, folks, and bring them down to the ballpark. We'd love to have you.
They love baseball. Tell you what, there's some big league seats they're in, too, right at dugout seats.
And catch up with the fastball there, 94 miles an hour. I want to remind you this season, Quest is donating $100 to Friendly House each time the D-backs win. So far, that's $3,700. Just one way. Quest builds a stronger community. I was going to just point out the fact that no one really leaves in that section until it's all said and done.
I like the Matt Williams propeller hat.
Give me just a little background on the Matt Williams propeller hat. That was before my time.
Yeah, the first couple of years I was up here in the booth, there's some beautiful redheads. But we've kind of, it's now redheads. It used to be called Grace's Place.
Absolutely.
And we'd have a theme every year. It was something or other. From tacky tourists to, we decided, propeller hats.
Oh.
Matt Williams, we always thought looked really good in a propeller hat. So we had a boatload of propeller hats out there, and I mean, these people got original with them. So that's an old school fan right there. Up in that's definitely a Grace's Place type of fan there, going with the propeller hat.
I like that. I tell you what, and it's red.
I like that cat in the hat right in front of him too. Billy Gibbons, good to see him. Gas.
Wow, 97 miles an hour. And Gracie, dare I point out the fact that when you sit out there in that section, because it is in the fine club level area out there, that you get waited on. I mean, you can just have your beverages brought to you. So not only do you get a discounted seat, $7.50 off. Oh, look at that.
Game on, and on the other side it says car. See, these fans, they just get it. They get it, Darren. That's what I respect about them so much. Just the professionalism that they're showing out there in the redhead section.
Wicked slider, 0-2 the count.
He can be awesome, Juan Cruz. And them too. Those are some fancy hats, Darren.
I would agree.
Juan Cruz throwing hard. Oh, hard hats. Baseball hard hats.
One and two, the count. Arizona leads it 11-1.
A lot of them put their shirts on out there too, Darren.
Slider misses low and in.
Oh, wait. Clowning around, it says.
We officially have a fun alert, folks.
That's right. Truck.
Good to see you folks enjoying it tonight.
Doggone right. Finally got a mercy. It's pretty good, Darren, that Juan Cruz.
Juan Cruz pitched for the A's in 2005. He pitched that inning like he had something to show them. FSN Arizona presents Diamondbacks baseball, and it's brought to you by Southwest Airlines. With Southwest Airlines, you're now free to be more productive. Visit southwest.com today, and by Arizona Ford. Go to drivefordnow.com. Our APS in-game box score, everyone being able to pitch in, have a little fun in this game tonight. Stephen Drew having a big night. Orlando Hudson, Chad Tracy. And Chris Burke, who came on. Slider is high. Burke 1 for 4 with a run scored on this homestand. Early part of last road trip, did his best work in Milwaukee. And a 3-hit game in that ball game. Two and one the count. Breaking ball, fly ball, well struck, deep left, going back is Cust. Up against the foul pole, he makes the play. So Burke has erased our Geico quote. And of course, that was after last night's game. This is when your character comes out. How hard you battled to come out of this.
Your character as a man is judged in bad times, Darren Sutton, not good times. When things are going good, everybody's a good guy. Everybody's fun to be around. Can you be that same good guy when things are going a little south?
There's no doubt about it as a teammate.
And I like that from Chris Snyder.
I think that is actually becoming, as Tracy hits a deep fly ball to center field, it is becoming somewhat commonplace with Chris Snyder. He doesn't thump his chest. He doesn't care if we talk about it. He just soon as not, probably. But he is emerging as one of the key leaders down there.
I think what he's trying to say is not only myself, but we all have to be stand-up guys. We all have to pull through this together. We all have to not point fingers and just look ourselves in the mirror. And one win tonight, that's not going to change everything, Darren. You have to string them together. And I'm not saying 11 runs a night. I'm just saying you have to string together quality play. Sometimes you play well and lose.
Hey, you can live with that. Growing your defense, growing your offense, and you know, majority of the time, that one is rolled foul at the third base line. You know, majority of the time, the pitching is going to be there. Last couple of days, it wasn't. It wasn't for him. It wasn't for Randy Johnson. It wasn't for that man who just popped his head up in Micah Owings. But you know, quite honestly, folks, we're not stretching it. We're not even being cheerleaders when we say a majority of the time the starting pitcher is going to be there.
It's going to be there. Doug Davis threw a terrific ball game his last outing. But those three are right there. watching and learning. I love to see Randy Johnson out there sitting with his teammates, still learning at 44 years of age.
The 2-2. Swings right through it with a slider. 3 more outs to get. And the Diamondbacks get back on the winning track. They are up by 10. Glad to have you back at the yard. What's Brewing is brought to you by Miller Lite. On the next Miller Lite Diamondbacks Live pregame show, Mark McClune will bring you a Which Way feature on site at the D-backs youth training camp. Preview the upcoming road trip and continuing the Good Sport nominees. I want to also remind all of you upcoming, and I do this with a lot of pride as we head into the All-Star game. Fox Sports and Major League Baseball getting together to present, of course, the All-Star game and the red carpet parade on Fox Sports pregame coverage. Hall of Famers, of course, all of the players that are brought in. That game will be seen on Fox. Usually that parade's on FSN. Hank Aaron, Ernie Banks, Yogi Berra, George Brett, Lou Brock, Tony Gwynn, Reggie Jackson as Chad Qualls goes to work. A boatload of Hall of Famers, all of the All-Stars. Chris Rose will anchor the event. He'll be helped out by Jeannie Zelasco, Carissa Thompson, and Laura Oakman, and Mark Grace.
I'll be there.
Congratulations, my friend.
Thank
That's
you
a
very
wonderful
much.
assignment and well deserved.
Thank you very much, Daron.
I will look forward to watching that. I will make it my Miller Lite What's on Tap. I'll be having several of them while I watch you work floating in the pool, my friend.
Well, thank you.
Enjoy it. What a thrill for you to be in the final year in Yankee Stadium.
It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it. And, you know, I have guest passes. Would you like to come and be my guest?
Enjoy it. I'll be watching. I'm proud for you. That's payback time at home. You know how that goes. I look forward to, as I said, floating in about 120-degree weather. That one looked like 120 until the bottom fell out. That was a wicked slider. Ah, the Redheads night. What a job they have done.
What a job. I think, oh, hey, now there's a redhead.
Oh, absolutely. There's another big league redhead.
He doesn't have that red hair anymore. Oh, you know, it's an argument of who was prettier, Betty or Wilma. Oh, Yosemite Sam. Oh, he hates that rabbit.
Yosemite Sam, a little bit like Leo Gilmartin on a day-to-day basis, how he goes about his work over in the radio booth.
A little grumpy?
That's what that looked like to me there.
No fun allowed?
Oh, no. There's fun allowed.
Okay, good. Because we've had fun tonight.
Got to be careful not to have too much fun.
We love Leo.
1-1 the count.
You may have just created a nickname for him now. Yosemite!
He waved at that one.
That slider is just electric tonight for Chad Qualls.
Blanton, Joe Blanton, tonight's starting pitcher, about to drop to 3-10. And it's pretty early in the year to get to 10 losses on June 18th as that one misses low.
There's our guy.
Oh, Baxter.
Be careful slapping hands with him. You'll get a hand buzzer. He got me the other day, Daron. Got me down on the concourse. I got about 100 volts.
I remember that. I remember the medic rushing down on the elevator.
Brought me to my knees.
The 2-2. That one misses inside. 3-2. By the way, if Blanton, and it looks like it'll happen, earns that 10th loss tonight, he would be the earliest pitcher in Oakland history to get to 10 losses, just eclipsing the man who got there on June 23rd in 1998, Tom Candiotti.
Really?
Got there June 23rd, 1998. Matt Keogh got there June 26, 1982. So the Candy Man will be taken off the list, and he will be grateful.
That will be big league. You don't want to be on that list, Candy Man. We'll get him some sunscreen, get him off the list.
boy. I want that same kind of humor doled out on Chris Rose, my friend, at Yankee Stadium. They have no idea what they're in for.
I'll get him.
Bouncing ball to the right side. Burt gets the lead runner. Gonzalez runs well enough to streak through the bag there. So 2 outs and 1 out to victory. This team getting back on track. And you hope it sustains itself. Tomorrow, again, don't forget day baseball. We were showing you about our pregame coverage.
Early game.
We will be on the air at noon tomorrow. Doug Davis against former Diamondback farmhand Greg Smith.
That's an early pregame show for myself and Mr. McClune.
They have risen out of their seats out there in left field in the redhead section. Trying to get us to the final out. 11-1 the score. That one is high.
They're still cheering out there, still chanting. That's great stuff. That is just great stuff. What a job they've done again.
Bouncing ball. Qualls knocks it down. Burke flips. Drew. That's the ball game to the bag. The Diamondbacks win this one 11-1. Nice job out there in left field. Nice job you at home. And nice job, more importantly than all, Mark Grace, these Arizona Diamondbacks. Now let's pay it forward.
I agree with you. Dan Haren, he stole the show tonight. The offense was Stephen Drew and Chris Young and Dan Haren. What a great night for the Redheads. What a great night for the Diamondbacks.
11-1 the final score. Dan Haren against his old club. He brought out a secret pitch that he didn't tell anyone about. Chris Young got back on track, and baseball's best fan section again was cranked up. We'll see you at the next party. Post-game show is now.
Well, lately for the D-backs, runs have been as hard to come by as a cool day in the summertime, but tonight against the A's, all that changed. 5 in the first, 3 in the third, and 3 more for good measure in the 5th. And just like that, the D-backs back to their winning ways. 11-1 the final. That is big league, and this is Quest D-backs Live. Brad Steinke, Ken Phelps, thrilled to be talking about a D-backs win. Last night, the D-backs getting beat up by the A's 15-1. Payback is pretty sweet. Down to Mark McClune, standing by with Chris Young. Mark, take it away.
Chris Young, we're talking about the Redheads. First of all, you're in center field. Those folks are crazy up there, the Redheads.
It was great. It was great to have them out there. You know, they were into the game the entire game, you know, and it makes a difference. It makes a difference, no doubt.
How much after last night's loss did this team come to a park with an edge today?
Today was a lot more fun than last night. I can say that. But after a game like that, you got to find a way to turn it around, and you give all the credit to Danny tonight. You know, he came out, he controlled the game. You know, pretty much he was the whole show tonight. He drove in more runs than he gave up, and he won the game for us today.
I don't know, there was one other piece of the show that I think we're going to look at. It's the long home run. You were moved down in the order and just crushed one. Take us through the at-bat. How good did it feel when it left the bat?
Oh, it's been a while. It's been a while, definitely. But, you know, just trying to stay controlled at the plate. He threw me a slider, you know, a little breaking ball, stayed over the middle of the plate a little too much, and I got the barrel on it.
And coming back an afternoon game with the momentum, is that momentum going to transfer over with such a quick turnaround?
Hope so. You know, Oakland's a good team, no doubt about that. You know, they're going to come out, they're going to battle, but you know, we're good. We'll be just fine. We're going to go out there and play a hard game and see what happens.
Yeah, appreciate your time. 13th home run of the season. That's Chris Young. He's going to head into the clubhouse, and that's where we're headed to get more reaction to tonight's win. So let's kick things back out to the Diamond Club as the Diamondbacks take care of business and beat the A's.
So a successful Redheads night. You know, we've had a lot of promotions this year, the Memorial Day and the pool game, and we've been beaten up pretty good, but tonight nice to see the D-backs bats coming back to life. And all about our turning point tonight, it took place pretty quickly. Bottom of the first, and the D-backs staking Dan Haren to a whole lot of runs, Ken.
Well, they didn't waste any time. Leadoff single right there. Stephen Drew, Bob Melvin shaking the lineup a little bit. Connor Jackson in the 2-hole, another base hit. Orlando Hudson, base hit. Tracy takes a little low and in heater, drives it down in the corner for a bases clearing double. And just like that, 2 more come with 2 outs on the big long home run there by Chris Young, and 5 runs later, Haren's cruising.
How important do you think it was to stake Haren to that 5-run lead early on? Because we've talked about D-back starters lately. Before this game, they'd won only 2 games this month, and so a 5-run cushion to go out there has to be huge.
Well, it does. You know, the Diamondbacks haven't been scoring. You've been mentioning that, and of course, they needed to get some run support for Dan Haren tonight. They got it early. Haren was able to just cruise after that, and it was nice to see the offense finally get going.
Yes, it was. 11-1 the final. Stick around. We'll talk to the guys who called our games and the guys, the geniuses behind the red-headed section out there in left field. They'll chat about Dan Haren. What a night against his former team. Back in a bit.